quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the Kauffie Company. It's miserable. What is that weather? It's just grey and dreary and boring and muggy. It's rubbish. Like flat out rubbish. But we're going to have a good day today. We're going to try and have a good day. Yeah, the weather's crap. It's really not good. It's really not good. But we're here. It's time for a chill session. It's time for a chill session. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the most of it. But before we do that, we need to have a coffee. But before we have a coffee, you need to say hello to those that are in the audience. Let's see who's in the audience. We got the number one Agamar in the world. Good to see you, Chris. Hopefully you're well. We got Nick is in the house. Good to see you, Nick. Good to see you. We got Kudos saying, Bosh. Great to see you, Kudos. Good to see you. We have Stu Boy saying afternoon, Ben, and everyone in chat. YouTube member. Indeed, YouTube member. Hopefully everyone is well. I really need a coffee. Oh, look how crap the weather is. It's grey. It's nearly August and it's still not sunny. This is possibly the worst year in a while in terms of weather. It's so weird. But let's make a coffee and we're going to have a chat. How's everyone? How's everyone doing? There's 7 of you in the audience today. Good to see you all. Good to see you. Touch Kaufman. What a great touch. But maybe don't let... I just dropped a coffee tumbler on my foot. Don't let one of these hit your foot. That will break your foot quite easily. But I just brought it down like Dimitar Berbatov. It's like, wham. But we're moving. How is everyone doing? We've actually had quite a busy day today. So quite a few coffees. Watching TV. We're having a good day. Could do with a holiday. Absolutely, mate. Everyone can do with a holiday. I know I'm going on holiday soon. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go with this one. I'll go with... Never mind. That's good afternoon, Tomo. Test your touch. That's what I did. Really can't wait. Coffee. Morning, Ian. Morning, buddy. Morning. Morning, everyone. Welcome to the shop. Music didn't come on. Good afternoon, Ben and everyone in chat. Yes, Ben must be on holiday 114. So I don't actually go on that many holidays. I think people go on a lot more holidays than I do. How many times have I been away this year? I've been to Milan with Mickey. I went to France with the family for skiing, and now we're going to Sardinia. So 3 times, that's not. Oh, and of course we went to Cornwall. So we've had 4 trips this year. But you got to enjoy yourself. Money's not going with you when you die. You got to spend it. We got Ian's in the house. Good to see it, Ian. Berbatov could stop an amber dead with his feet. Absolutely, he could. Got until September for my next holiday. Can't wait to get on that phone. I got a phone on that plane. Yep. Everyone's saying big up. We got Aki who's going to join us in a minute. Good to see you, Aki. Hopefully you're well. Cat was boiling. 4 heavy days in 7 months. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is, Nick. I can't really. It's mostly because someone like me, it's very taxing being me. It's very taxing. It's very taxing being a Kaufman. What? Yeah. Teeth and hair. No, teeth and teeth. But yeah, it's very taxing being a Kaufman. It's unbelievable. So we're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy the holiday. My brother's going on holiday this weekend. He's going camping for the first time. And he is going to hate every minute of it. And I'm very, very certain. Had the Hampstead Heath done. Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. Hampstead Heath. But let's have a coffee. It's a bit warm still. How is everyone? Teeth and new hairline. I could do with a new hairline. My hair, because of my colitis, is basically, it's really because colitis. One of the main symptoms of colitis is hair loss. So if someone can fix my hairline, that would be really greatly appreciated. It would be really greatly appreciated, but it looks dreadful. I'm starting to look one of the members of the royal family with their terrible hair. I don't like it. Colitis, it's when your immune system attacks your small intestine. That's what colitis is. No, nothing at all, mate. Nothing at all. Too late for the hairline. Yep. It's brilliant, right? Hampsteads. It's brilliant. I knew exactly what he meant. I don't know if that's Cockney or if that's Mockney, but either way, it's brilliant. Yeah, I would like some hair back. My hair is dreadful. It's absolutely terrible. And of course, Mickey the Mick, as my mum likes to call her, she likes to say I've got lots of hair. I've got no hair. I've got hair around the sides, but I've got nothing on the top. I've got very little on the top. It's really annoying actually, because I used to have long curly hair down to my elbow, down to my shoulders. I used to have really, really curly hair, and now it's gone. It's not fun. It's not fun. Put a hat on. If you want to get ahead, get a hat. That's what they always said. That's what they always say. But yeah, what's Instagram say? What's Instagram saying? Can't be bothered about new hairlines. I fall off. Just faff to maintain it, just to get up. And yeah, absolutely. I was born within the Bow Bells, so a proper Cockney geezer. Yeah, my grandmother was born in Bethnal Green. So yeah, I was born in Goodmayes, unfortunately. King George Hospital. King George. But saying that, all the Cockneys live in Debden. It's really bizarre when you think about it. There are no Cockneys in Bethnal Green anymore, but they all live in Debden. They all live in Debden. Who would have thought? Take 2 bottles in the shower, not me, because I'm a slaphead. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going that way, Chris. I'm going that way. Which I actually think is actually growing perfectly fine. I'm not doing it because I don't want to show my hairline, because I don't do that. I want to keep it civilized. It's a bit like SpongeBob in the SpongeBob movie. Bold! I love that. Love that movie. Same hospital as my son Ben. It's a great hospital. Well, it's not really. It's a bit of a dive. But still, a lot of people came into the world through that hospital. But your son would have been born before Queens was built. So that's an interesting one, because now, where you used to live, because you used to live in Romford, and now... Indeed, kudos. Indeed, I always wore a flat cap. I started wearing them in 2000, and I've worn it for a few years now. I always wanted it to be my trademark, and then I got the opportunity. Shaving the barnet was the best thing I ever done. Aki!
Aki, how are we doing?
On the weirdest turn of events, we're talking about bad barnets.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've got to say thank you to Tom81, because I am crying.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure I use a lot of Cockney rhyming slang, and there's even a British guy at the Scotland Yard. He lives in Canada during most of the year, but he's a DJ, and he goes to Ibiza for a couple of months in the summer. And we speak, when people are around us, Canadians, we speak in Cockney rhyming slang, and people are like, what are you talking about? And I've never heard Hampsteads. That was absolute genius. Bad barnets, mate. I've started to go bald here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's because of my faith, and they want me to wear a yarmulke.
Yeah, I want you to wear a kippah.
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
It's really funny, because when I talk about this with Will, who's very thin at the front, at the back, and I'm very thin at the front. We always joke that if we go to a hair transplant specialist, we can do a 2-for-1 deal, because he needs the back done, and I need the front done.
Well, this is. I mean, you look at Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. He started getting the same as me there. When he shaved it, he's like, "Oh my god, this is so liberating." Yeah, and he loves it now. He's never grown it back. He's going to get it to like this length or a little bit longer. Then it's so much better. I actually prefer my hair like this, or lack of hair, as opposed to growing it and whatever.
Well, people of our culture are used to having long, curly hair, curly ginger beards, so it makes sense that we would go thin on the top, because the hair's coming out of there.
This does grow a lot quicker than this for me, a lot. But yeah. Bad barnets.
Bad barnets. I should have named the show Bad Barnets.
Mate, the bad barnet I used to have, people remember. I don't know if people still get it. I used to get something called an undercut, because I used to have the curtains, not like Peter Andre, because my hair weren't that good, but I used to have it shaved all on the side, like right up. Oh, my God, that was like the 90s haircut for kids. Spiky, or undercut.
Yeah. We got El Tel Cocorel saying Buenos tardes, Ben y Brian. Good to
Big
see
up,
you,
people.
Jose. Hopefully you're
Big up,
well.
Jose.
If I ever go bald, I'm never taking my cap off. Okay. Losing my hair.
This is it's incredible having short hair. Like, you don't have to worry about styling it, gelling it. It's so much better.
I mean, I don't know if Ilana does this, but Mickey has like 100 different bottles just for her hair. Are you like, we're men, which means we are the fans of the all-in-one hair, beard, skin, car, leather polisher, CD cleaner, WD-40 replacement, and then she's got one for this, she's got one for that, she's got one for this, she's one for that. So where do you pull this stuff?
Ilana's not that bad with her hair products, but she's going through a phase at the moment. I can't remember a time where my wife wasn't painting her nails. I cannot remember a time, and she's like, I've got to put the undercoat, then a couple of coats, then the top coat, then she'll make a mark on it. She has to take it, and I can't stand the smell of it.
It probably makes you high as well.
Well, the thing is now, because the summer's on, the air conditioning is on, it just wafts it all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, when I get a bad cold or my nose is played up until I have my surgery, I love oil baths. I put oil baths on and she hates eucalyptus. So we're kind of having a...
Olbas oil's great though, isn't it?
Oh, oil bath oil is one of the greatest.
Like, if you're ever ill, do you do the of getting a warm bowl of water and putting Olbas oil in the bowl of water? It just makes your room
I love it. I've actually now, who is it? Is it Sure or Dove? One of the deodorants, but they brought out a eucalyptus and sage deodorant.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's banging. It's absolutely, I'm obsessed with it. But I've had the steamer thing. I used to put oil baths in the bath. If I, but the one thing,
if you're ill, putting Olbas oil in water, it makes it vapor, which makes it really easy. It's really good for you.
Oil bath oil over Vicks every single day. You can't get oil baths here. You can only get Vicks. But when I go back, I stock up on these things with oil baths. But then when I had it bad, Mum they bought out oil bath sweets. They are the most horrific. But I tell you what, any Canadian, it's got M here. No, it's not. There is a medicine here, and it's called Buckley's.
Yeah.
And literally, it's for like coughs, colds, whatever. And the actual slogan of theirs is "It tastes fucking horrible, but it works."
Yeah.
And then they brought out
Diorolite. Have you ever had Diorolite?
No, but Ben, this is the actual advertisement on TV and whatever. And then they brought out a nighttime version. I had it.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you is it tastes like menthol vomit and sewage water.
Okay.
And it made oil baths all the way. I don't know how we've got from haircuts.
It's just manly things.
It's just me, but like I said, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I can remember when we got there with the nail varnish. Ilana's got her section in the bathroom. Yeah, makeup she's got a lot of, but not so much with hair for shampoos and conditioners.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. But for actual once it's out of the. And all the styling, no, hardly anything.
Nick is saying, I once put it on my pillow when ill and I rolled into it, and you can imagine what happened.
Oh my God, it gets in, on your eye. I put it directly, I actually put it directly on my pillow, Nick, and I put it on that part of the bed. So if the duvet's there, I sprinkle it over the duvet as well. I used to
the best way for Olbas is to get a bowl of hot water in the corner of the room and put drops in that, because then it makes it vapor. And like I always have my fan going, so it just blows it around the room, and it makes the purifies the air.
Oh, I love it on my pillow. I love it. I love the smell.
But yeah, everyone knows what Brian looks like with hair. Cucurella.
Do you know what? Yesterday on Evening Brews, I don't know if it was someone asking a genuine question or knows the within the community that the lookalike. And they actually said as a question for the end of it, they said, "Would you take Cucurella?" And I was like, not a chance, because if we sign Cucurella, I'm done. Ryan Isaacs will have a field day.
Well, he was already done with Dan Juma.
Cody will go up. My geez, the thought of Cody. Yeah, it'll be out of control. No Cucurella coming to Spurs,
Yeah,
but
and we got to give context. Yeah.
no, that Spanish one. If you take the hair away, there's other ones. Like if you go put Cucurella red hair, type in Cucurella red hair.
It's you. It really is you.
No, but there's an actual image of it where if you literally take Cucurella's red hair away, that second one. If you take away,
it's uncanny. It's uncanny.
Mate, it's ridiculous. It's got to the point where I've even showed this to my mum and dad.
Yeah,
I'd be like, Mum, Dad, is there something you're not telling me? I mean, he'd be younger than me and my sister, so. But I've actually said, is there some kind? If I see him, I want a DNA test because it's so uncanny.
Yeah,
that I literally think there may be. I think there may be some. It looks uncanny, like two long lost twins.
What's happened is your parents have had another child and not told you about him.
Yeah, maybe they sent me. If they sent me and my sister for 9 months away when I was younger, then there might be some truth to it. But honestly, I reckon that. I reckon you know when they do like those DNA tests to see what origin you're from and all that. There've been those rooms where, and I've watched them where like people are cousins in that room and they didn't know it. I swear to God.
Do you have Spanish ancestry?
I don't know. I'm good. It's the more I see it now, the more I can't get it away. I mean, I've been told I look like Lucas Moura, Collini. I've had a few of them. Cucurella is uncanny. Yeah, absolutely. I honestly think there is some long lost heritage.
It's a story with my family. We found out that we had an entire wing of Kaufmans that were from the Netherlands, and they were all killed in the Holocaust. That's why we never met any of them. There were like 40, 50 of them, and they were all gone.
I'll tell you what. People are saying I need to come on a stream with a Cucurella wig.
Yeah.
And you know I'm coming back in April.
Yeah.
If you get a Cucurella wig, if we could outsource a Cucurella wig and keep it at the coffee shop until I'm back, I always come to the coffee shop when I'm back. I will come on stream with you with it on.
You've definitely got some Spanish ancestry. You've got maybe back to the Inquisition. I don't know, possibly.
So no, the thing is, from both, like obviously with Jewish people, when you meet both, when your parents, they don't normally like when you track it back. It comes to there you go, Tom. There you go. Cheers, Ruby. Of course, my Ruby will stand up and get it for me. You do. You have to make sure it's very Cucurella-like. Go into the shop and say, "I need this," and
also not red. Yeah,
definitely not red because I will not. But yeah, both my parents' heritage, as far as they know, goes back to Poland on both sides. My mum and my dad. So I don't know.
But again, Ryan, the Spanish Inquisition. What year was the Spanish Inquisition? What year was the Spanish Inquisition? Spanish Inquisition happened in 1478. So that's quite a few years ago. Yeah. So there is a possibility that your family were in Spain, and when the Yids were kicked out of Spain, it's possible they went to Poland.
Yeah. Mate, who knows? Who knows?
I can see some family resemblance with Holly and her family. Well, you're all Agenbars.
Correct.
Afternoon, Andrew Gregory.
Big up, Andrew, brother. Big up, buddy. I hope you're good.
Yeah, good to see you. Big up, Andrew. Good to see you. YouTube member. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. But yeah, it's. I don't know how we got onto this, but it's brilliant, right?
Yeah, I can't remember how we got it. Was there a comment about Cucurella?
No, there was a comment. It was what was it? It was Stuart that said it.
Was it Stuart?
I believe it was Stuart. It was definitely Stuart. Bloody Stuart again, taking over the show.
There you go.
Hi, Leo. Good to see you,
Leo, brother.
Congratulations.
Leo, I'm going to speak to you this week, buddy, about sorting out that cap for you. We'll do it this week. And
someone wasn't someone unsubscribed from Leo when they so I was like, all right, I'm not having this. I'm putting you on 1,000. So I found an account and I subscribed to his account on it. I was just like, I'm not having the homie not be at 1,000.
Yeah, do you know what as well? I should do it for all channels, but I'll definitely do it for Leo. I'll get Ilana to subscribe. 1 second. I've got Ryan calling me. 1 second. Ryan, brother, you're a loudspeaker. I'm on Ben Kaufman's show. What's up, bro?
Oh, man. Not thanks, no. Okay. Call you after work then.
All right, cool. Everything okay?
Everything's fine. Catch up.
All right, bro. We'll do that. What time you finish?
He's dropping.
Say what time you finishing?
7:30.
Okay, right. You're right next to my microphone. Do you want to say anything to Ben and all the people watching? There you go. Had to be. That's him. There you go. Bye-bye.
Yep.
What did he say?
Yeah, he said leave you out.
All right. Good enough for me.
Yep.
Good enough for me.
Yep. Sorry about that.
What's Tom sending me now?
I was about to say what I will do, Leo. I'll get Ilana to subscribe to you.
Oh, that's brilliant. This is what Tom has just sent me. He just sent me this saying good enough.
No, not good. Before you buy it, you're going to have to show me what you're buying, mate, because I do have standards. I do have standards.
Has anyone seen Cody Mack? The streets won't forget. He's busy, I think.
I will tell you now. I spoke to Cody a couple of days ago. Cody, I saw him on the last game of the season. He comes down to the Scotland Yard when he can. It's a 4-hour round trip for him just to come to the pub.
Yeah,
for
2 hours there, 2 hours back.
And 2 hours in the pub. Or a little bit more. So it's a long day for him, especially with like 7:30 kickoffs and whatever. He's sometimes done it. He's sometimes got up at 4 a.m. to make sure he can get down. But yeah, Cody is very, very good. During the summer, what he has done is he takes Twitter off of his phone. He keeps Twitter and keeps it on his computer.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the crap that goes on during the summer, he just can't be arsed with it. He started tweeting a couple of things here and there again. But yeah, he's very, very busy. He's moved into a new house. He's doing bits and bobs. But yeah, he's stepped away from streams for a while, and he will be for a while. I've always let him know that if ever he fancies popping up on a stream, he's always got a seat on Tottenham on tour. And I tell you what, Ben, you didn't get to meet him the time you came.
I never met him.
We'll sort him next time. Ryan met Cody. Ryan was so excited because Ryan is obsessed with the way Cody tweets and was dying to meet him. So he got to meet him. Cody did it again because Ryan was here. He drove down. I think it was the Brentford game. Yeah, was it the Brentford game, Ryan?
Yeah.
I can see Ryan in the chat. It's either Brentford or the game after. I can't remember. But he came down. Cody is a wonderful human being. A wonderful human being.
Yeah. Cody's great. Cody's brilliant.
He's amazing. And the way that when he came to the Scotland Yard for the first time on Nuno's first game, 1-0 Man City. Cheers, right? 1-0 Man City. And that was the first time in his life he'd watch a Spurs game with Spurs fans. Because where he lives in Canada, it's not like mad or anything. And the area he lives in, Muskoka, is there's not a load of fans. He doesn't know a lot of football fans, so YouTube was his outlet. That was the first.
Mostly in that area, it's mostly hockey fans, right?
Oh, well, this country is absolutely. Put it this way, I know how obsessed our country is with football.
They are as obsessed with hockey. Some people say that a lot of Canadians are born on.
Mate, listen. Listen, I will guarantee that now that the Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup, in 9 months there will be a lot of newborns in Florida in 9 months. The way this country, America, I don't know, but I know it's big. But Canada, I have never. It's insane. Yeah. It's insane. And like I said, when the Raptors won the NBA in 2019.
Yeah. It was mad.
Well, it's not only mad. You think about it. If Tottenham win a cup, then all the Spurs fans will get down to the high road. But London, we know what London's like, and all the other teams.
Yeah.
When the Raptors win, are you being serious, Ryan? Are you joking? When it comes to the Raptors that won it, seeing that Toronto only have one team, Ontario, there was over 2 million people descending on down to and they said, Brian, if the Maple Leafs ever win the Stanley Cup whilst you're here, this will be the after party. Toronto will come to a complete standstill.
Well, luckily, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs, so they're not winning jack.
Well, do you know what?
That's me being nice to them. They won't win jack.
Do you know the worst thing is? Last year when I was in England, and it happened this year, they always, I don't know how, the way it works out who you play is it's not a draw, it's where you finish in the league, you play this person in the playoffs. The Toronto Maple Leafs have a team called the Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
No, for love nor money, they just can't beat them in a 7-game series. And the year I was in England, so not this Stanley Cup, which was Stanley Cup before, they got past the Bruins.
Yeah.
And I was like, if the Toronto Maple Leafs go and win the Stanley Cup for the first time since 1967, and it's the one time I'm in England, and I will go nuts but they didn't. But I really was like, they're going to do it, aren't they? But this year they went out to the Bruins. They're just, honestly, they are
bogey team.
But I can't explain to you how big the Maple Leafs are.
Yeah, they're massive.
Not just here. I mean, in hockey, they are.
Hockey is the home. Canada is the home of hockey.
Yeah, and the Maple Leafs, like the Edmonton Oilers, Bobby's team got to the final and almost won the most amazing comeback. But
then, of course, you've got the Montreal Canadiens, and you've got
the Winnipeg Jets. I think it's the Winnipeg Jets. And then you've got the Vancouver something. I think it's the Winnipeg Jets. I know all the American football teams, because I love the NBA, haven't got a clue when it comes to baseball.
The NFL, not the NBA.
Sorry, NFL. But always when I play, Ilana tries to do like a memory test with me and go, right, what's the baseball, basketball? And every time that I don't know it, I just say, is it an animal? Because most of them are bloody animals. But I can't remember them. But the NFL is back soon. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, Ian Ferguson's put it in for me. Yeah. Calgary Flames. Was I right in Winnipeg Jets, or is that a different sport? I'm sure Winnipeg Jets is hockey, but no, my luck, it's baseball or something.
He moved to Toronto because that's where his wife lives. So he moved.
Yeah, but literally. Well, the thing is, with Toronto, met my wife in Israel, got married here in Toronto, lived in England. She wanted to come back to Canada, and we were looking at anywhere in Canada. And when we decided when our visa was up, do we go back to Canada? I was at booking.com and we had like Facebook, but for work. It was called Workplace. Literally, I was just talking about it with my wife on the Sunday with Ilana, and on Tuesday they did like a breaking news, like a Fabrizio Romano, here we go kind of thing. We are delighted to announce that in April next year we will be opening booking.com Toronto. And I was like, oh my God, the signs are set. I was like, the sign is set. If there was never a sign more. I love this city. Ryan's been out here. You've been out here. Obviously, there's people that are going to come out and see me. I love this city. I am so happy in Toronto. Love it.
I don't know what city I would move to if I was going to leave London. Because the obvious answer is Milan, but I don't necessarily want to live in Italy. It's the problem.
Well, you know the bad thing for me as well. Like I said to you, Ben, when I'm here, I miss going to Spurs or being with you lot. I miss my nephews and my niece. I miss the people in England. I don't miss England. Yeah. When I'm home in England, I miss everything about Canada. And like I said, I was watching shows that had parts of Canada in it.
Seinfeld.
I was watching Suits, you name it, the movie. People have seen
Suits is one that's very Toronto.
If people have seen the movie Pixels with Kevin James and Adam Sandler, there's actually a scene filmed in the Scotland Yard. So I used to watch that all the time. But the worst thing is, and the more I think about it, I don't know if I ever move back to England, which is never happening. It's well, not for a very long time. I don't know if I can live without the Scotland Yard, and I'm being serious.
Yeah,
That pub means so much to me, and I don't miss a single pub back. The Coach and Horses on match day, obviously. The pub Ryan knows that I take him to, where it's got one of the best beer gardens, the Robin Hood. Yeah, but the Scotland Yard is just a pub in a league of its goddamn own.
There's so many good pubs. There are some very good ones. I don't know. I don't even know if they'd let me move. I don't think they'd let me move to Canada because of my illness.
Of course they would.
I don't think they would.
Listen, the main thing I'm telling you, the main thing Canada are very, very sharp on, and it works with America as well, is if you got a criminal record. If you got a criminal record, no, for whatever crime, they are like, nope, you are not.
Do you think I've done any crimes, Brian? I barely can.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, mate. Listen, I'll tell you a story now. And I'm so happy that it's one of the reasons I'm so open, or thank God I'm so open about my past, because when I went for my, when I applied for my PR, which was a lot easier than Ilana's visa to come over, they ask you to go to the Canadian Embassy's official doctors to have a full medical. They test your heart, blood tests. They test a few things, but then you have a consultation with a doctor. And they're like, she said to me, right, you need to answer these questions that I'm about to give you totally and utterly honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you why, but it's so important that you do. I was like, okay. And the whole way I was dreading, if they ask about alcohol, drugs, mental health, what am I going to say? Blah, blah, blah. So she'd ask some questions just like, do you suffer with asthma? Just general questions.
Yeah.
And then she went, how often do you drink? And I was like, oh, here we go. So I said to myself, just answer the question. Don't over-exaggerate, don't embellish. So I said, how many units of alcohol do I drink a week? None. Okay, what about a month? None. When was the last time you had a drink? So I said the time. She goes, how come? Is it medication or whatever? I said, no, I'm a recovering alcoholic. Haven't had a drink for whatever the time was.
Yeah.
Done. Then she asked some other questions to throw me off the scent. Yeah. And she was like, have you ever taken any illegal substances? I was like, yes. And I told the story. She went, okay, some other stories. She goes, now, have you had any issues with mental health? And I thought, right, how long have you bloody got? So I told her everything, and she went, Brian, I'm so happy you told me the truth. And I was like, now I can tell. I was like, why is that? She goes, because here's a letter for your doctor for your mental health. Here's a letter for your alcohol, drugs. They would have asked everything. And if I had lied and said, yeah, I drink casually or whatever, I might not have even got into the country.
You got to tell the truth.
Yeah, and that's what I did. But they're very, very sharp on that. But after COVID as well, they are letting people in. People with illnesses. Obviously, if you say I've got terminal cancer or something, they're going to say, listen, we can't have you because obviously the resources and you're not well and be with your family. But for something with the illnesses, they would never have a problem with that.
Yeah. So it was one of the things they always said, forget living in Australia, but not that I would want to live in Australia anyway, because everything wants to bloody kill you.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting. I would, if I wasn't in a committed relationship and I didn't have a business, I would consider going to Australia for 2 years. I know so many people that have done it, and they've had a whale of a time for 2 years, but it's just not possible. I wouldn't want 2 years away from home in Tottenham and my family. I put Tottenham before my family.
Yeah, well, Ryan did that as well. But why? What? And I had this chat with Ryan so many times. Obviously, people know how tight me and Ryan are. Or Ryan is a massive part of this community. He might not come on the streams a lot, but we've taken him under it. He's like a little brother to me. He literally is like a little brother, and I love that man to death, and he means the world to me. And he's been through hard times, whatever. We've had these kind of big chats to say, right, listen, this, and he was wanting to come out here, and at one point he was looking to move out here because he just had enough of England. And there's something for people of Ryan's age, I think it's up until you're about 34. There's something you can come over here and do, which is a 2-year working holiday visa, where literally you got a 2-year visa. You can work and travel, whatever, and see if you want to live out. And I kept saying to Ryan, because Ryan kept saying, I don't know if I can live without Spurs. And I was like, Ryan, I was a season ticket holder for 10 years before I left before I moved to Israel.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the games when I was married to Ilana or anything, but I said, Ilana, I get to watch every single Spurs game, regardless if it's on Sky or not, because obviously we get every single bloody game.
Yeah.
And I said, as much as Spurs are important to me, I'm not going to have my life circle around them.
By them.
Do you know what? It's like, would I love to be in that stadium week in, week out and go away like I did week in, week out for years? Of course I would.
Yeah.
Of course I would. But my wife
It's
wasn't
not
happy.
that important, though, is it, Brian?
No, but I go there now. I get to go. The great thing is, when we lived in England, Ilana knew if Spurs were playing Saturday 3:00,
It's the end of the day.
well, that's it. We're not going out. We're if we lose, we're not going out. If it's a night game, we're not going out. If it's it just dictated everything.
Yeah.
Whereas now the games are like 7, 10, 5, midday, rest of the day left.
Yeah.
To go to the Scotland Yard, chill with incredible people,
Yeah.
come back, and the great thing about it is I still get to see every single second of Spurs.
Yeah.
Every single second of it. But when I leave the Spurs ground or when I'm in London, I hate where I am. I hate it.
Yeah.
But I go watch a game and I step out of the pub at the Scotland Yard and I see the CN Tower beaming at me
Yeah.
and my love for this city. And I don't miss Spurs one bit. I miss going to Spurs and be with you lot.
Yeah.
I don't miss going into the ground one little
That's
bit.
the thing now with the whole doing Spurs YouTube. I've said this openly. I hate watching Tottenham now. Tottenham is now the only reason I go to Tottenham is because I've got season tickets.
Yep.
I go with my family. It was a thing I did from that. It was a whole thing. I wasn't allowed to go to watch Tottenham if I didn't go to synagogue. I'd go to synagogue in the morning. I'd go to Tottenham in the afternoon. I'd have a salt beef sandwich from Norman Goldberg's if I ever got a chance to go to Norman Goldberg's, and that was it. Tottenham makes me miserable now. There is literally, I've lost all because of the issues we talk about on that thing. There's no hope. I don't have hope for Tottenham. All the people that are telling me to hope are much older than me that have seen Tottenham win something. I've never seen us win anything, I've seen us win the League Cup once. I've never seen us win. So I'm like literally, I go into every season thinking I would love to win a cup, but it's just never going to happen.
Do you know how this is just what describe how wonderful being a part of this community and getting to know people, whether they come on streams or constantly in the chat or whatever. When I used to go to Spurs as a season ticket holder, or even when I went with my dad when I was younger, it was get there before the game, get into my seats, watch the game, leave, go home. Obviously, as I got older, got to the pub a little bit early, had a couple of drinks, whatever. That was how it was. Then obviously became a part of this community, and then obviously we met up, did loads of stuff before the game, met up, watched the game together, then afterwards. But the easiest way I could describe it is I would never, on a day that I wasn't going to a match,
Go to Tottenham. Yeah.
But I'll go back to one of my favourite days. One of my favourite days of when I was back last time
was when you went to the Coach and Horses with crackers.
Yeah, no, both were the Coach and Horses. But I went to we went to that final day home day protest with Brentford, which we had a big turnout. Crackers, me, Tom 81. I'm going to use Tom 81 here because I know he was with us for both. Tom 81, who's another person that I met through this community.
Yeah.
Who I speak to so much now and love that dude. Love that man. Went and met protest, went to the Coach and Horses to watch the game with other people that protested at work or didn't want to go to the game as a form of protest.
Yeah.
Yes, we lost the game, but we had an incredible time in the Coach and Horses, just sitting there chilling, watching the
part of this community is better than watching the thing we're supposed to be watching. Hanging out with Nick and you and Phil P when he was there.
Well, the other one I was going to say, Ben, was the Manchester United one, that Ange's first game. We did our protest, then the Trust did their protest.
Yeah.
Then we went
to Ireland. We have everyone there.
That's what I'm about to say. Then we went to the Coach and Horses, and Tom was with me again there. Then we met up because Brian Ireland was there. We all met up. Then we went to the Antwerp and Nick was there, and Nick, Sean Butt, all of them were there. Then we went for a curry.
Yeah.
And that's what the football, that's now what it's become for me. I won't go into the home ground for obvious reasons. When I'm back, if I can get to an away game, I'll always go and try and support the lads. But that's what, from when I was a kid going, and my season ticket in the early 90s, going to the game, leaving, going home, from what was like a 90-minute experience and then home, has now become like we'll meet a few hours, get some breakfast, get some lunch, we'll go to a pub, people have some alcohol, I'll have a Coke, whatever I'm having. Then we'll meet up after, then we'll go for dinner. It's like it's a day out with some football in between, rather than going to the football.
Football is something that happens. We go to the football to enjoy. It's now the social aspect of football is more fun than the actual football.
Yep. It's coming.
It's been like that for 2 years for me now.
But do you know what? It's not. I don't think that's just a slate on how bad the club have been doing. I think it's something to be so proud of just meeting people.
Yeah.
And literally, it's not just like, oh yeah, I know you from YouTube. It's like, no, that's a friend of mine now.
Yeah.
That's someone I deeply consider as a part of my life and a friend.
Yeah.
And what we've had? We've had 15, 20 people going out afterwards. We've had more when we met on Christmas Eve that time near me. Oh, mate, listen, the Coach and Horses has got some great characters.
It does. It's a shame the beer's terrible in there.
Oh, I could not vouch for that.
The beer is the worst. It's so, like, there's one thing I would say about it's got some really fun people in there, but my God, is the drink awful. It's
what are you drinking when you're in there?
I've had Guinness in there and it's tasted rancid. I've had lagers in there and they taste water. Then
you need to get on the spirits, brother.
No, that's not me. I don't touch spirits.
Then, mate, have some alcohol-frees with me.
I want a beer. I want a beer.
I know that I can understand, but like I said, the Coach and Horses is incredible.
Yeah.
For the hardcore Spurs community. Big up, Steve, buddy.
Big up, sir.
There are a lot of the Levy Out protesters that drink there. That's like our hub.
Yeah.
But there are genuinely incredible
brilliant people in there.
Amazing. There's people. I walked in there. There's people that I've known for 20 odd years that I hadn't seen for ages. Yeah. It's just incredible. What is weird is when people come up to you and go, "Are you Brian from YouTube or are you right?" You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's me, blah blah. But incredible people. Yeah. Incredible people.
It's a shame the Antwerp is such a long walk because that is a great pub. I love the Antwerp.
You love the Antwerp. I love the Antwerp, but I also love the Beehive. But the Beehive
is good as well. The Beehive is a
proper walk. It is a proper walk, but I love the Beehive.
It's a good pub.
It's a great pub. It's a great pub. And if it was closer...
No.
Kudos, let me give you a story about something that I know happened, and this is ages ago when I was a youngster. Spurs Arsenal. I can't remember what pub it was, but this is years ago, and I'm talking years ago. Like, I'm thinking it may be late Sugar, very, very early Levy. So this is how long ago we're kind of talking.
What a horrible thing! A late Sugar, early Levy.
Yeah,
that's your documentary, Brian. Late Sugar, early Levy.
But literally, what happened was an Arsenal fan who I think may have had some mental health issues. This is before mental health became what it was today. Before even I went into my episodes. Walked into a Tottenham pub on North London Derby Day.
Yeah,
packed, obviously. Stood on top of a pool table, took his jacket off, and had a filth shirt on with "I hate Tottenham" or "I hate Tottenham" on the back, and started giving it loads of mouth. Let's just say that may have been a mistake on that guy's part.
Yeah.
You literally, kudos. If you ever come over here, you have the supporters sit with each other, which still blows my mind, even for atmosphere. You cannot do it, especially Tottenham Arsenal. You cannot do it. They are separated at all cost. It's not
Especially
pretty.
Tottenham Chelsea as well. Tottenham Chelsea.
Or West Ham. Or West Ham.
West Ham as well.
It's not. Yeah, you can't. You can't do it. You just simply cannot do it. It's dangerous. Yeah, they'll never be together.
Yeah. For good reason.
Correct.
Reason. But yeah, definitely a really good name for an album. Late Sugar, Early Levy.
Listen, because I've said it on your show. That's kind of trademarked, isn't it, or copyright? Intellectual property.
Well, it's Tottenham on Tour intellectual property. So
Yeah, and the coffee house. Yeah, exactly.
what was the most violent?
Oof. I'll tell. Well, I can give you an answer. So I was one of the first people that Tom might know. Tom might remember
Tom
these.
is correct with this statement. Tom is correct with this one. It's more violent. West Ham.
So kudos. Tom might remember this. Stuart will probably remember this in the from who I've seen in the chat. Back in the old stadium, years ago. So far back, it's the first the season we had Klinsmann the first time. Spurs had something called the Jumbotron on the end, and they showed for the first time in the stadium. They showed it in the Paxton, who used to Park Lane, the North London derby from Highbury. It was a live game, so they had the Paxton full. Arsenal went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there was a pocket of probably 15 Arsenal fans that got in and stormed onto the pitch and started cheering and shouting and running around the stadium. Let's just say 500 Spurs fans or whatever the number was went running after them.
Yeah.
And what I saw there was, what would I have been 1994? 15, 16? That's really bad maths.
I was -1.
Yeah, 15. My God. And actually, I was at that game as well, Tom, when Judas came back for the first.
I was at that game, the Judas game. I remember it.
I still, to this day, have never seen anything like it in my life.
I remember that game.
That was. I remember the coach getting bricked. That was horrific. That was that could. Do you know what? If that had happened in the new stadium when we had that amount of people. Oh God, yeah, that was not nice.
I mean, you weren't there for the first. I don't know. Were you there for the first North London?
I was meant to be there for the first one, but the Gunners ran.
Yeah.
So I was in the Scotland Yard for it.
That was unbelievable because they had to marshal them right because where the away end was in the old stadium, it was really easily accessible. And they moved it to the other side for some idiotic reason. They moved it to the other side of the stadium. I don't understand it, but it's worked. To have them rooted and then all those Tottenham fans on where those steps are with that massive sign, every gunner is a runner.
I'll tell you as well, one thing I've been very, very proud with Tottenham in the old stadium and the new, and I don't know why other teams don't make this an absolute must. I always appreciate that Tottenham put the away fans upper and lower.
Yeah.
Because I've been to grounds and one of them was Highbury. My first ever North London derby, Highbury, when I was about 16. They gave us some of the clock end and then some of the East or West Ham, whatever it was. And then you got Arsenal fans above you.
I'm sorry, Kudos. I'm sorry, Kudos. You're so wrong with this one.
Yeah.
You're so wrong.
They're
not even in the top 5.
Oh, I don't know. Listen, but between
it's not in the top 5. You've got River Plate versus Boca Juniors. You've got Red Star Belgrade versus their rivals. You've got the Greece Star Olympiakos versus
Olympiakos.
Those are derbies.
Yeah, listen.
Krakow in their derby against the other Krakow team.
You've missed Fenerbahce, Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, there are 6 or 7.
The North London derby in the UK is one of the, if not, I mean, obviously you've got Liverpool, Manchester United. You've got the old firm. The old firm isn't even about football.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The old firm has got absolutely nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
It's got everything to do with religion. But But when it comes to North London derby, it is honestly
Millwall West Ham is worse than Tottenham Arsenal.
no, it's not. No, it's not. For violence and the fans, for fan violence, absolutely.
But that's the whole thing. It's the most heated derby in the world.
No, with Spurs and Arsenal, it runs deep with the players as well. I know it. Listen, with the fans, Millwall, West Ham are both massive bunch of thugs and do what they do. No one wants to go to Millwall. If you look at what goes on with Spurs, Arsenal, listen, I know a lot of people hate Chelsea more, and I understand that. I should do that because of religion and everything, but it comes to the point I have been brought up knowing that Arsenal are the enemy.
Because it's funny how we both same background. My dad always taught me to hate Chelsea more.
Yeah, I've been taught the whole way for me will be Arsenal. But as I was saying, getting back to it, the way that Spurs make sure the fans have the upper and lower, I don't understand. I hate it when I go to grounds. I hate it when I go to grounds and we've got the lower and the home fans have got the upper. It's asking for goddamn trouble. Yeah. It's really bad plan. I'm surprised the police allow it.
Yeah.
Or the pro because
you get that the filth as well.
Mate, I was at the filth this year.
They throw things from above.
It was just where I was sitting for that North London derby.
Stamford Bridge is really good for that one, even though Stamford Bridge is done.
I've been to Stamford Bridge once. I will never step foot in that Carsey again. It is probably one of the worst stadiums I've ever been in. And I'm talking, I've been to fucking Barnet. Yeah. I can't stand Stamford Bridge.
Most heated rivalry in the world is River Plate Boca Juniors. It's got to be Galatasaray Fenerbahce.
Mate, I've got one of my closest friends back home who I worked with for many years and went to Spurs all the time. He is from Turkey. He is a diehard Fenerbahce. So I've adopted Fenerbahce as like my Turkey, and I've watched these games with him. Holy crap. Holy moly. I mean, also some of the games when they play, it's not even a bloody football match. It's a rugby match, wrestling, mixed martial arts. It's more...
Uruguay versus Colombia the other day.
Mate, with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, I've seen games where it's looked like whoever gets the most red cards is the winner.
Yeah.
Mate, Tyrrell, I will tell you now, my dad always used to say, when I had my season ticket, my dad always said to me, Brian, when you're going away, there's 2 grounds you are not going to. One is Millwall, if we ever get them, and the other is Chelsea. Because growing up, I was a very proper North London Jewish boy who was very timid, very whatever. He's like, you are not stepping foot there. I went there when we had the Carabao Cup semi-final with them, 2 legs. I went with Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. Now, for a club in the richest part of England, or one of the richest, if not the richest part of England.
It's a terrible stadium.
The stadium outside looks like a council estate, and I don't mean any offence to anyone that it's from. It just looks horrible. The acoustics inside it
are dreadful.
Shocking. And you know what I will say again, and I've praised our stadium a million times before, I'll do it again. When you go to the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, when you sit in your seat, the room you have is quite, you know what I mean? You can put your legs out there. There's space. Yeah. The away end at Chelsea, I felt like a sardine. Everyone oh my God. It was the most horrific experience. The performance was fucking shambolic as well. I would never go to Chelsea again, ever. It's horrific. It is
one of the things. One of the things I hate about the Emirates is how you've been lower tier, obviously you've been lower. Yeah, how low you can't see anything. You can't see any of the football game at the Emirates. You can't see any of it.
Thankfully, I was low enough. I was in the lower, but I was high enough.
Yeah, well, you could
close to the back that you could. I always say, I can't, that Chelsea game I was just talking about. We were in row 3, but they cut off the first 2 rows for advertising boards, whatever. I could see our goal line, but I could not see the lines.
That's the problem with them. You went wherever I was sitting for the Yunus Kabul goal.
So
I could not see the other side of the pitch. You could not see it.
I don't like that. I need to see it, but literally that time at the Emirates, what I didn't like about the Emirates is obviously, and it's the same for, listen, Arsenal fans know it for when they walk down the gauntlet, whatever.
Yeah.
When we came out and we stayed behind a bit to do a bit of recording with Ben and pre-match reaction, blah, 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 is there was just thousands of Arsenal fans waiting for the Spurs fans to come out.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing was I got to see the famous Ashburton Army running around in their black hoodies like the fools they are.
Yeah.
That was hysterical. But you know what? I actually, thank God, my only time I've been to the Emirates, because of obviously where I am and whatever, I said going into that game, just put in a performance. Don't be like a Nuno, a Conte, or one of the games we just thrown it away. If you lose, but you put in a performance and go off that, and I think you've given it, and we did that day.
I've never lost at the Emirates. Every time I've been to the Emirates, it's either been a draw or a win.
Well, when have we got them next season at the Emirates?
Not sure.
February. I think it's January or February.
Yeah.
All right, then we're gonna
never lost.
We're gonna have to make sure through our connections, that we get you a ticket.
I mean, the first ever time I went, we won. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
I
My
think
brother high-fived someone My brother went to high-five someone and he missed their hand and slapped them in the face. He was like, but who cared? It was like delirium.
That's the only time in the Premier League we have won there, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've won in the Carabao Cup, mate. That record's got to change.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I remember listening to that. I remember listening to that with Jonathan Pearce on 1548 Capital Gold AM or whatever it was. My God, 1990. 1990.
The
Or was it
Emirates doesn't- the Emirates-
what
it does
season?
look old, the Emirates, doesn't it? It doesn't. It's not aged well, has it? As a football stadium, it's not aged well.
What I will say is that compared to Chelsea and everything, obviously they haven't updone their stadium. The acoustics and everything was good.
I don't like the Emirates at all, acoustic-wise.
I think, listen, compared to, mate, I'm comparing it to Chelsea. The Crystal Palace.
Awful. That's a dreadful stadium.
What is?
Stamford Bridge. It's dreadful.
Stamford Bridge is Crystal Palace. Just makes me laugh. It's like a Lego set with 4 different stands, and the away end it's so deep.
One stadium I actually really love is the Hawthorns. I love the Hawthorns. I think it's a great stadium.
The first ever away game I went to, and this was the first season we had Klinsmann again, was Villa Park.
Yeah.
And the Halt End was like the when I first saw it, I was like, geez, look at the size of that stand. But I'll always say it, my favourite away day, my favourite ground in the country away from Tottenham is St James's Park. I honestly love Newcastle, the city. I absolutely adore it. For me, mate, Newcastle without
the best away day I ever did was Lyon away when Yunus Kabul, not Yunus Kabul, Moussa Dembele scored in the 89th minute. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, where was it? Tom A once just said the worst stadium I ever went to was the old Dell, but I tell you what, it was a shithole. I don't know if you were there, Tom, but I certainly was. Southampton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 6, Ronnie Rosenthal hat trick.
Rocket Ronnie Rosenthal, my boy.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Angus, when you say why is the NLD on a Monday, please tell me you're not talking the September one. Please tell me. And the reason I say that is it was on the Saturday and I was told it was moved to the Sunday.
It's on Sunday. Sunday the 15th at 2:00.
Thank God, because if it gets moved to the Monday, that's the day I'm having my nose surgery. And if I have to go right whilst you're operating on me, put the fucking football. I'll say, don't knock me out, Philly. Not give me a local and just put Spurs Arsenal on the. January. Thank God. Don't care. That'll change, mate. That'll change.
Yeah, that'll change.
That'll change without a doubt. If it that would have been just my luck that they moved it. They moved it. Oh, bloody hell, Nick. I remember that's when you called me in Amsterdam. When I was in Amsterdam, when you went to Leeds.
Yeah. Loved the Leon tie, Bale free kick in the home leg, and then that Musa. Yeah, that was brilliant.
That I remember that Bale free kick in that game. I remember the commentary like it was yesterday, where I think it might have been. I can't remember what it was, but it was like the commentator said, "Is there one last piece of magic to come out of the wand that is Gareth Bale's left foot. Then he puts it in the top corner. He just went, ta-da! And I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
He was brilliant that day. But
Mate,
on that note, guys, it actually is time to end the show. So we will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time here on the Coffee Company and 6 p.m. UK time as well, Daigle.
Yeah, 6 p.m. UK time, Evening Brews. Just in case anyone hasn't caught it, one of our great mods and supporters of Tottenham on Tour, Sean Slater, has created a Tottenham on Tour Fantasy Football League. It's on our Twitter. It's on our community section. The link's there to join it and the code to join it. We're going to give prizes to the first three, probably a T-shirt. We'll work it out at the end of the season. So if you want to join, join. We'll be back at 6. And just to let you know, something new is happening tomorrow. Instead of the transfer show, because we're now going to pop up every time there is a big transfer story and do it live then.
Because Tottenham are not signing any bloody transfers.
Well, even if we do, we want to do it. We could sign someone on a Monday.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back again, Aki.
Yeah, we
Tottenham
could
make no transfers.
Yeah, exactly. We could sign a player on a Tuesday, and then we're waiting for Dave on a Friday. So
yeah,
we're going to do a bit more of a show like we did last Friday, and we're also going to kind of make it a members show. So we will be putting the link out somewhere during the show.
Yeah.
And people that are members can go into the community section and come on and have their say. But yeah, I'll be back at 6 p.m. this evening, hoping for some news, because today, typical way you get all the news yesterday and then absolutely none the next day. So we'll see what happens.
A massive happy birthday to Angus, whose birthday it is on Sunday.
No, he's saying on no. He's saying on Sunday before the NLD.
Happy even earlier birthday then.
No, I don't wish him a happy, but I hope he has a very bad birthday and he gets a really bad present. I hope he has a wonderful day away from football.
Yeah.
And my present to you is coming on this stream and hearing us talk about beating you.
Absolutely. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a great rest of your day. Take it away, Happy.
And as always, Levy out.
And if you smell the cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
Peace.
Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore